it's two sides of the coin. On one side, you got Brock Purdy, who had the season that was capable of like, hey, we're going to win the Super Bowl. He left the field as a Super Bowl champion prior to Mahomes making that game-winning drive in overtime. So, like, he's done everything that you need to do in terms of will your team to victory, in terms of how successful San Francisco is. But at the same time, to your point, like, he is surrounded by the Avengers. Like, when you take away those Avengers and now you're forced to be the main superhero and you can't save the day, 7-10 record, last in the NFC West, like, it's not a good look.
So let's go ahead and dive straight into the NFL. We see that San Francisco has opened up their checkbook, and some people think that maybe they wrote it too fast. What do you guys think about Brock Purdy's new contract?
I say as of now, you have to pay. You have to pay early. I mean, every deal is gonna look good within the next 2 to 3 years, and Brock Purdy, unfortunately, has the resume in order to back up his contract, even though I personally don't think he's the man to receive that contract in San Francisco. I mean, 50, he's the seventh highest paid quarterback in the league with, I believe, Jordan Love and, I got it right here. He's tied. It's Dak at 60, which is ridiculous, by the way. And then you got Josh Allen, Burrow, Love, Trevor Lawrence, all tied at second for $55 million per year. And then you got Tua at 53.1. And then you got Brock Purdy. So Brock Purdy would technically be the fourth highest paid quarterback in the league, tied with Jared Goff. And I see San Francisco trying to get ahead of it. But like I said, like, he has the Avengers around him. He had Christian McCaffrey. He had Brandon Ayuk. He had Debo Samuel. He had George Kittle. He had Trent Williams. I mean, those are the Avengers. Any quarterback with that level of talent is going to succeed with them. And, you know, obviously, he did make it to the Super Bowl. He did perform relatively well. He did make it to a conference NFC championship the year before. Yeah. But, I mean, y'all going to see. Like, last year, if that wasn't an indicator enough, when all his Avengers went out and they just so happened not to be able to perform, all right, he couldn't elevate that team to the same levels they had the year prior with all the weapons. I think that's going to hurt in the long run.
Keep in mind, he's a 7th round pick, so he's always been underpaid compared to his production.
Yeah, but I think the 49ers are kind of forced to make that move because, like, the grass isn't always green on the other side. I say that time and time again. Like,
that's true.
For as bad as Brock Purdy may have looked when you compare his last season to the year he went to the Super Bowl, how many quarterbacks do you feel like you could get that same level of production from that isn't named Brock Purdy in that San Francisco 49ers uniform?
Probably about 15.
You
14,
say, but how realistic are you in terms of getting that? In terms of that?
Oh, trust me, you can trade for a couple of guys. Now, let's not be like the NFL wants to give up a quarterback if you throw out the right price. I mean, we didn't know Geno Smith was available, and all of a sudden, he's in Vegas. I think. And we can be honest. I think he's kind of they neck for neck. Like, I think you can't really say Brock Purdy is that much better than him. I think they're close in the same ballpark. So
kinda.
Maybe I could agree to that, but at the same time, it's like it's two sides of the coin. On one side, you got Brock Purdy, who had the season that was capable of like, hey, we're going to win the Super Bowl. He left the field as a Super Bowl champion prior to Mahomes making that game-winning drive in overtime. So, like, he's done everything that you need to do in terms of will your team to victory, in terms of how successful San Francisco is. But at the same time, to your point, like, he is surrounded by the Avengers. Like, when you take away those Avengers and now you're forced to be the main superhero and you can't save the day, 7-10 record, last in the NFC West, like, it's not a good look.
Pause. Are you subscribed to Check the Stat Podcast, man? While we on this pause, you make sure you go on that YouTube link and you subscribe to Check the Stat Podcast, or you're going to make my boy Omari sad, man.
I'm going to do something crazy.
So we don't think this is Brock Purdy's success. We think this is Shanahan's success.
Absolutely.
I think
for
yeah,
sure.
For sure. Yeah.
100%.
I for sure feel like Shanahan has a hand in it, for sure. But Brock Purdy, I feel like he's a solid quarterback in my eyes. Now, did he deserve to get paid that high. I mean, it's like they really had no choice because who you gonna go get out of free agency, and do you really want to trade for somebody that has to figure out Kyle Shanahan's system? Like, you got to work with this guy. They got to learn the playbook. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could. Maybe they could. You know what I'm saying? They could learn it quick, but. You know what I'm saying? Why not stick with a guy that knows the ins and outs of the program and the team and everything like that? You feel me?
Well, shoot, Shanahan stuff. It's dang near program.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I mean, you got Jimmy Garoppolo. He came through. You got Alex Smith, Colin Kaepernick. I mean,
don't forget Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
With the Falcons.
Yeah, the list goes on and on with them quarterbacks in that Shanahan system.
That's true.
So do we think they jumped the gun? Or do you think they still got the team under control, contract, like salary cap wise?
I feel like they jumped it.
I feel like when you pay a
well.
quarterback that much money, he's the most marketable on the team. So, like, he's going to make the bulk of your salary in terms of whatever anybody's capable of.
19%. He has 18.98% of the salary cap percentage of that team.
Damn.
So, I mean, at least it's under 1/4. It's around close to the 1/5 range of the amount of money he's taking up in the salary cap of the year. I think they jumped the gun. Yeah. I'm not necessarily jumped the gun because you were going to have to pay him, and if you wait, obviously the prices are going to rise. But Brock Purdy is a system. I feel like he's a system quarterback. I feel like him, the Dax, the Tuas, I feel like those guys aren't game changers, they're game managers. And just because he had early success, and obviously every quarterback doesn't make it to the Super Bowl or NFC championships on a year-to-year basis. Yeah. He did that. But personally, I don't think he was the driving force behind that, and I don't think he should be the reason, or he shouldn't get paid as such. And I feel like the 49ers, obviously, Charles, you said best, it's hard to replace those guys. Like, you think grass is greener on the other side until you actually go on the other side, and then you struggle for a couple of years trying to find your guy. Right. But I think you could have A, found better out there, or B, made Purdy prove himself once again. And if he proved himself, you pay him what he's worth. And obviously with how the salary cap goes, it only goes up and up in the NFL. So eventually, Brock Purdy's contract is only going to be he's going to be the 15th highest paid quarterback by the end of these quarterback negotiations, because God knows what C.J. Stroud's going to get.
C.J. Stroud, Jaden Daniels. I mean, the list is going to go on and on.
That was my next question. What do you guys think this means for other quarterbacks whose payday is coming up?
I mean, it's just going to keep on going.
It's not going to change, though. I think it's going to forever be that. Like, the salary cap is going to forever go up. Players going to want more and more money, and the more and more success that you do in the league prior to your contract situation is only going to boost your odds at the negotiating table to get what you want.
Right. Mm-hmm. But I feel like the 49ers, they made a pretty solid decision on signing Brock back. I mean, it's either Brock or nothing, honestly. Like, I mean, ain't no telling they probably wouldn't have got nobody for him, bro. I don't think nobody's really like just looking for a QB at the moment, you know what I'm saying? So
I think would have took Brock Purdy. I ain't gonna sit there and call him a bum.
But I mean, you said
like what they do what they do better than Brock Purdy in that system, though. Depending on the QB, because I understand he has, he had Debo, he had Brandon Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, and George Kittle and everybody else. Yeah. But like, you know what I'm saying? There's some quarterbacks that probably can't even do what he did, though. Yeah.
For sure. It's for sure some quarterbacks, but there's a lot of quarterbacks that can.
They can, yeah. I think, but not everybody can beat Joe Burrow, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
I think also to add to your point too is like we've seen teams be successful with system quarterbacks. I mean, like, look at the Eagles. When Carson Wentz went down and Nick Foles stepped up, he was able to thrive in that situational role. Brock Purdy, we obviously seen him go to a Super Bowl, and you obviously don't think of Jalen Hurts as a playmaker. So, I mean, it's possible to get the job done at the highest level in the biggest of moments. They just locked up their guy.